Dear student, today I will discuss about second part of email architecture. In the previous lecture, I discussed about overall architecture of email system. Now, the second part discuss today email address. So, email address are divided into two parts. First part is local part and second part is domain part. Local part is contain the address of the mailbox on the mail server, and domain name is the contain the domain name of the mail server. Now, the deliver mail, a mail handling system must use a unique addressing system. The addressing system used by simple mail transfer protocol, which consists of two parts, a local part and domain name. And domain name is separated by at the rate of sign. So definition of local part like that. Local part are define the name of a specific file called the user mailbox, where all of the mail received for a user is stored for the retrieval by the user agent. And domain name is an organization usually selects one or more hosts to receive and send mail. They are sometimes mail exchange. So these are definition of local part and domain name. And here also use emaii protocol. Full form of emaii protocol means multi-purpose internet mail extension. Is supplementary protocol that allow non-ASCII data to be sent through SMTP. So MIME is not a mail protocol and cannot replace SMTP. It is only extension of SMTP. The main objective of MIME transfer non-ASCII data at the sender side to NVT ASCII. NVT means Network Virtual Terminal ASCII value data and delivered it to client SMTP to be sent through internet. The server SMTP at the receiver side receive the NVT ASCII data and deliver to it to MIME to be transferred back to original data. So MIME is a set of software functions that transfer non-ASCII data to ASCII data and vice versa. So similarly, here show the simple MIME function. User agent contain non-ASCII data code, and these non-ASCII data code converted by MIME, same with NVT ASCII standard, and MT agent transfer these 7-bit NVT ASCII standard ASCII value to the server MTA, and server MTA MII received and converted into non-ASCII code and provide to user of receiver side. This is the process of MIME. Now MIME header like that. MI version 1.1, content type, content transfer encoding, content ID, and content. This is MIME header part, and other part is email body. Some data type and subtypes in MIME, which is given below in the table, means text, plain or HTML, plain unformatted HTML formatted. Now, multi parts, mixed parallel digest, body contain ordered part different data type, parallel means same as above but not ordered, and digest similar to mixed subtype. These are some data types are used in MIME. Now, SMTP range like that, simple mail transfer protocol range, sender connected LAN or WAN, that mail server are connected with the help of internet, and receiver side mail server received and connected with the help of these receiver LAN and WAN. So SMTP sent the data with the help of internet to receiver side. Following command are used, and these commands are handled by MTA client. MTA client send the command, and MTA server provide the response of MTA client according to their request. So POP3 and IMAP4 protocol is also used in this SMTP. For example, alias sender want to send data is using the simple mail transfer protocol, and alias sender are connected LAN or WAN through the mail server. This mail server are connected to internet, and these internet mail server connected to BOP receiver. Now, in receiver sender side, simple SMTP work, and receiver side work is POP3 post office protocol 3 and IMPA4 internet message application protocol 4 are used in the receiver side. So post office protocol explain here. SMTP expect the destination post. The mail server receive the mail to be online all the time. Otherwise, a TCP connection cannot be established. For this reason, it is not a practical to establish an SMTP session with desktop computer, because desktop computers are usually powered down at the end of the day. In many organizations, mail is received by SMTP server that is always online. This SMTP server provides a mail drop service. The server receives the mail behalf of every host of organization, workstation, interact with the SMTP host to retrieve message by using the client server protocol such as post office protocol, POP version 3. Although POP3 is used download message from server, the SMTP client is still needed on the desktop to forward message from the workstation user to its SMTP message. So simply POP3 is used as a proxy server to store the all mails data. When desktop is open, then these messages are downloaded to the desktop. So mail server POP3 server and Bob's computer POP3 clients, that mail server username, if okay, if password is okay, then list email number of and the size, retrieve email data, and this the process number of email are retrieved by POP3 clients. This is the process of retrieving the data of POP3 server. Now some other protocol also discussed there, BOOTP protocol. Now BOOTP protocol is client server protocol designed to provide 4 pieces of information. In a BOOTP protocol, we use the IP address, subnet mask, IP address of the router, the IP address of name server. For diskless computer or computer that is booted for the first time, that use RARP, that process provides only IP address. And the BOOTP, we do not need RARP. But BOOTP is the static. So use the for dynamic configuration DHCP protocol. BOOTP is not a dynamic configuration protocol. What if host move one physical network to another? What if a host want to temporary IP address? BOOTP cannot handle this problem because the binding between the physical and IP address is static and fixed until changed the administrator. So dynamic host configuration protocol has been devised to provide dynamic host configuration. Has been devised to provide dynamic configuration DHCP, provide temporary IP address for limited period. So is limitation of overcome limitation of BOOTP protocol, because BOOTP protocol is provide a static IP address. Suppose that one person move the place from one position, one lab to another lab, their IP address is changed. These IP address, this type of movable IP address are not handled by the BOOTP protocol. So these limitations are overcome with the help of DHCP dynamic host configuration protocol. With the help of dynamic host configuration protocol, we provide the temporary IP address and dynamic IP address of this station. So DHCP provide temporary and IP address for the limited period of time. This is the brief description of DHCP. Next protocol, file transfer protocol. The file transfer protocol, simply use transfer file from one computer to another, is one of the most common tasks that from the networking or internet networking environment. As a matter of fact, the greatest value of data exchange in the internet today is due to the file transfer. So in this protocol, we discuss following topic: FTP and anonymous FTP. So FTP uses the services of TCP. It needs two TCP connection. So the bell and port are used in TCP. For FTP, like 21 is used for the control connection, and bell and port 20 for the data connection. The architecture of FTP given in the diagram. The client side user are interact with computer with the help of user interface. If client want to access file from remote server, so FTP provide this facility. And two processes are work in file transfer protocol. One is control process, second is data transfer process. Control process control all activities from accessing file from client to server, and data transfer process is control all transferring data from server side to client side. Suppose that user want to access data from server side, send the command remote login of the server side, and if remote login accept their command of client and send the desired file according to need of client, then these process are handled by the two activities. First is control process. Two process are activated here. Control connection. All control activities is performed by the control connection, and data connection and data transfer from server to receiver. Now data file are loaded in the client side. This is the main objective and function of the FTP. Now using the control connection, local code control the process, and NVT SK control connection. In server side control, local code, NVT SK control connection are understand client and server. Using data connection, data transfer process client, data connection, file type, data structure, and transmission mode, and defined by the client. Data transfer process are used server side, local data type and structure extract from the database and provide the file to the client. So this is the process of the file transfer. Thank you.